Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Zirconium, say my name, Journey 2. And I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Like, why? Sometimes even I have to ask the question, like, why am I doing this? Why are we doing this? Who thought this could possibly be a good idea? This thing's not good. I mean, you know, it's got the Breaking Bad affiliation, you know, so that works. But it's just not good. It's a front-wheel drive RV with not a lot of torque, not a lot of horsepower, not a lot of grip. It's just bad. Every way possible, this thing is bad, and somehow that makes it cool. I don't know. I don't own one, and I probably won't unless it goes on like sale or something. I'd buy one if it was like 25% off, 30% off, something like that. But otherwise, no, I'm not gonna buy this thing. RVs aren't really a priority for me in GTA. This, you're talking to the guy who has like 500 vehicles in GTA Online. So for me to be like, no, I don't need that, is pretty rare. I have some pretty terrible cars, but this one was borrowed from Sparing Donkey. This is not the same one that we used in the snow, because apparently people take good-natured getting around personally, so that's why. I don't know. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But yeah, this one belongs to Sparing Donkey. He's in the passenger seat, dressed in his fumigation suit, ready to tint a house and quote unquote fumigate it with his POW Walt. Yeah, there's attempt number 2. We give every vehicle 3 attempts, sometimes more. The next one in the video we give a couple extra shots just because, well, you'll see. I wanted to back up a little bit farther this time. No, I think it was only attempt number 1, wasn't it? I think that was attempt number 1. I don't know, this thing takes so long to do anything. It just seems like this should be attempt number 2 because of the amount of time. So I wanted to back up a little bit, see if I couldn't get... Well, speed's not the right word. I think when we were recording, forward momentum. Let's see if I could get enough forward momentum, because this thing never gets speed. And so yeah, this time I wanted to go way back, but I couldn't stop, and it was rolling around, and it went on 2 wheels, and I tried to save it, but failed. And instead wound up all the way back down here. We had a ton of fun, though, doing this. At one point during the recording, you could hear the Salty Deke, a.k.a. Kiltastics, a.k.a. Destin's girlfriend say, why is it every time I look over at this game, you're driving something off-road that shouldn't be off-roading? Which, clearly, she doesn't understand the point of will it off-road. It's not because it should be, it's can it? Will it? Can it do it? Can it off-road? Well, nah, it just doesn't have the same will it off-road. Yes, will it off-road. Better title than can it off-road. Can it drive up the mountain successfully? That's what I should have called the series. Can it drive up the mountain successfully? Clearly, no. I mean, this is where we struggled in the snow. I just don't have enough forward momentum to even get up this bit of a hill here. And I know you're thinking, well, you're full on the throttle, you're not getting any grip. Yeah, if you let off, you just start going backwards. Believe me. I spent enough time. I think Donkey died. Are you dead, Donkey? Not if you're alive. Oh, he's alive, okay. Well, it looked like he nodded. I don't know. So I decided to go all the way back and get a bit of a gravity assist on this little bit of a downhill section, see if I couldn't get a little bit of speed. I'm actually not even trying to get up the mountain right now. I'm trying to get up to a different point to make a run to try to get up the mountain. And that different point is up where you see the dot for Kiltastic ahead of us, up and to the right a little bit. I want to get up there and then go around that little bit here to the right. So I'm going to finally get up this section, turn around, and I'm thinking if I can get a little bit of forward momentum here, we can maybe do a little bit better. So here we go, full throttle. Sadly, the thing is front-wheel drive, so there's a lot of understeer involved. But I'm committed, full throttle. Pushing hard, but will it off-road? No, this is a DNF. This is a definite DNF. And of course, that means it has to meet the fate of all DNF vehicles. But first, I have to get it to stop. There we go. And yeah, so we're good. We're stopped. We thought maybe light it on fire. And well, for some reason I couldn't get the gas to actually. Oh, Donkey gassed himself to death. The gas wouldn't light. There we go. The gas lit, but yeah, it wasn't too effective. It just kind of yeah, did that. So you know. Desperate times, desperate measures require a rocket launcher. So it's dead, but it will be revived, and here it is. We used an Avenger to bring this thing to the top of the mountain because the cargo bob cannot lift it. There are 3 of us in the van this time. Kiltastic, Destin, Salty D, whatever his name is today, decided that he wanted to ride along inside the RV. Can't say that I blame him. I mean, it seems like a totally safe thing to do. Get in the vehicle that's about to be hurled off the mountain. Sure, why not? But you can check out the behind-the-scenes version of this video. It's less edited, some outtakes, and some other things like hobo trivia that are in the public video, are in the behind-the-scenes video. It is ad-free, and instead of having this voiceover, it's just our Discord conversation, so you can hear everybody that is in the game and the shenanigans we get up to and the stupid shit some people say, which makes it all the more entertaining, and just generally kind of feel like you were there a little bit more. In my opinion, it's the better version of the video. It is a longer version though, and so maybe not a lot of people will watch it, but that is available to supporters only, and you can become a supporter one of 4 ways. First, become a member right here on YouTube. Click that join button. Your name will be in the credits at the end of every video. Plus, you'll get access to supporters only other supporters only content. Same is true if you're a Twitch subscriber, whether you paid for it, were gifted the sub, or you use Twitch Prime, or if you make a monthly pledge over on Patreon. All 3 of those require that you link your respective service to your Discord account, because it is Discord where I post the links to all of the supporters only content. There is more than just will it off-road. Look at that, I gotta thread the needle. Kind of easy at these speeds. For example, late last year there was an updated version of my setup. The setup tour. Only supporters got to watch it, nobody else. And occasional other IRL things in addition to behind the scenes versions of videos. The 4th way to do it is on Discord itself, on the Vainglorious Discord. Hobo! Holy crap, that was good. You can do a server subscription on Discord. All those get you access to the supporters section. We're down 2 minutes, 18 and a half seconds. Bonk. So let's take a look at the damage. The front windows are gone. The ones in the back are fine. Most of the lights are missing. The front bumper is barely hanging on. The engine does have a slight rattle to it, and there is ever so slight body damage, especially towards the rear. There are support vehicles, but also the vehicle we went up on, kind of a very meta, yeah, whatever. But that is going to bring us to our next vehicle. The PF Surfer Custom. Yeah, it's like, I guess I just wanted to have a big pile of fail all in one video. So with the journey, since it DNF'd, it's dead last of 378 vehicles that we have tested as of this video. it's well, it's technically 377th because we haven't finished the Surfer yet, but trust me, it's 378. Dead last out of the 15 vans that we have tested. Dead last out of the Drug Wars vehicles we have tested, the 8. It also DNF'd in the snow, but way farther back on the journey. Pretty much the first, like, not this hill, but the next hill right after this one. So not even really technically on the mountain yet. We're just kind of in the trails leading up to the mountain. And it wasn't good. But hey, what is good is Willett Offroad Bingo, which you can play by clicking on the link in the description down below. Takes you to the Bingo Maker, whatever the website's called, site. Click on Generate New Card, and then click on things that happen in the video if they're on your card. And if you get a bingo, you leave it in the comments down below. So far, the server's doing okay. Definitely better than the Journey. And you can see how all the Willett Offroad vehicles have done. There's a link to a spreadsheet. It's broken down by just 1 through 378, and it's broken down by class on a different tab. We have a snow tab for all the ones we've done in the snow. And then there's also a tab for every DLC, and it's almost done. I've got like 3 or 4 more DLCs that I need to get the times copied over, and then you'll be able to see how they even stack up. So, yeah, the problem with this, I think, is gearing. We get really close at one point to get this thing up. But right here, I'm full throttle, by the way. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this is full throttle to try to go forward. Then I reversed because I wanted to give it as much of a shot as I could get. But it just seems like it goes straight into second gear and doesn't stay in first. If you kind of blip the throttle a little bit, it will hold a gear, but then you lose a bit of power doing that. But we got a little bit farther, so progress. We're definitely making progress on this. And you know, if you want to join us for Willett Offroad and watch me fail over and over again in terrible vehicles, you can. Just be part of the Vainglorious Discord server and play on PC. You can also play in our live streams that way that we have. And be part of other community videos that we record. So you'll be like, look, Mom, I'm on YouTube. So on this one, I am blipping the throttle a little bit. Like I'm not completely letting off, but you can hear it right there. It shifted in second. And I'm trying to get it to go back down to the first, but it just won't. There. I think if I could have got it in the first gear, but I could not get it to downshift again. By the way, once again, full throttle still forward with the accelerator. This is full throttle. And this it just doesn't have good enough brakes to stop it. I mean, that's what happens. If you're going backwards and you hit the accelerator, that applies the brakes. Because, you know, that you just couldn't have a dedicated key for brakes because that would just make you go backwards more because that's the other one. And yeah, I wanted to stop at that same spot, but the van had other thoughts on that. So even though we've had 3 runs, I really, because we got so close that last one, I really wanted to try again. Blipping the throttle again, but that little dip right there, just the angle I took it, cost me a lot of speed. And yeah, we continue to struggle. It's a sad thing. It really is. But you know what? Let's persevere. We gave the journey 5 minutes. Granted, it was only 3 attempts, but we gave the journey 5 minutes. Let's give this thing closer to 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get this. Because I really feel like if I could get up this first section, and the rest of it would be okay. But sadly, Willett Offroad. Nope. Another DNF. Which means it has to meet the same fate. So once I'm able to get it to stop, whenever that is actually going to be, yep. Oh, there we go. Got it to stop. It needs to meet the same fate. No gas, no smoke grenades, just an old-fashioned single grenade, and send it to its much-deserved demise. Watch it go now. Look at the speed. Just down the hill it goes. To Donkey's van was down there somewhere, so I think he hit it. But we used Cargo Bob to get to the top of Mount Chiliad. There we go. We used that Cargo Bob. And we're going to fling it off the side to see what type of damage this thing takes. It got a better launch than the Journey. I'm going to give that to its lightweight. Definitely getting down the mountain a little bit quicker, but still not what I would describe as fast. Donkey changed out of his van, and he's now, I think, in the Fister Neon. So I have 2 electric vehicles accompanying me down, which is kind of appropriate. I mean, you know, the new VW Buzz is coming. And it's electric. I kind of want one. I really do want one. It's going to be, what, next year before they even get here? And then you won't be able to get your hands on one. Plus, I don't have charging at home. I want one, though. I really, really do. I would trade in my Hyundai on a VW Buzz. I almost hit hobo. Also, landed in a tree for a second. I thought I was going to get stuck, but I'm fine. I'm fine. However, I can't stop again. This thing's taking a battering already. Those are some huge doors. I mean, the opening that's there is just kind of impressive. I actually managed to get some speed and get some air, but what that caused me to do was park it in a tree. And I don't know about you, but to me, it seems that of your choices of parking spots, even on a mountain, a tree is probably not the best choice. Maybe, like I said, maybe that's just me. By the way, in stats, this is 377 out of 378, 14th out of 15 vans, almost thread the needle, and 7 out of 8 on Truck Wars. And why does it come before the Zirconium Stratum, or Stratum, I wish, Journey? Because Alphabet. All the cars at DNF, it's first by class, so a coupe that DNF'd will be higher than a van that DNF'd in the ranking, because that's just the way the spreadsheet sorts. And then within the class, it goes by manufacturer alphabet, and obviously B is before Z, and so there we go. I really thought Hobo was trying to pick me up. He wasn't. He was just flying very badly. But we're down 2 minutes, 15 seconds. The front windows are gone. Most of the rear lights are missing. The front doors and the tailgate are gone. It does have 1 bent wheel, slight body damage, and there was a pretty significant engine rattle, though I've been running my mouth, so you probably couldn't hear it. Hobo really has a thing for that fence, so he was using a car to kill it. I don't know what it is with the fence. We don't question it. There's some things you just let Hobo have and leave it alone. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Will It Off-Road. That is 195 Will It Off-Road videos in the books. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week with a community video, and then hopefully the week after that, we'll be back with Will It Off-Road. But until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.